Do you write feedback in between classes? I don't. So when I first started teaching online, I was told that we had 5 minutes in between classes and we could use that time to write our feedback to the parents. Now, at first, this blew my mind and I thought, no way. Well, I still think no way. I think the reason the companies say this is so that you know that you are getting paid for that 5 minutes of feedback time. And in my opinion, it should take just about 5 minutes to write feedback. But I don't do it in between classes because I need to fix my face, go to the bathroom, and just take a breather between classes. But today I want to help you with your feedback. So I think feedback is super duper booper important. Sorry, I've been silly this morning with my students. So, I'm going to show you what I do, and I think you should listen to me, and let me tell you why. I have all good feedback from parents. I have some really positive feedback coming about me from the parents, and I think this has a lot to do with number one, my teaching, but number two, my ability to tell the parents what we did and what they can work on. And I think this is very important. So let's dive right into it. When I prepare for classes, I always write my student's name and what lesson we're going to be doing. If I am familiar with the lesson, I don't write anything else because I'm used to it. So, in particular, for Gogokid, I use Feedback Panda to write my feedback. So after this little spiel, I'm going to take you and show you how I use Feedback Panda. But first, I want to show you. I write down everything we're doing. Today, for example, we talked about jump and clap, but my student was extra smart, so we practiced changing clap to clapping, and jump to jumping. I wrote down that we sang a song, and when we talked about the letter B, these are all the things we talked about. So these are things that are not necessarily on the lesson, but things that we did that were special. So those are the things that I jot down. And when I write my parent feedback, I'm sure to include everything that we did that was not on the lesson. And that's an invitation for them to practice that at home. So, without further ado, let's go and look at how I write feedback. All right, so here I go. I'm going to open up my Gogokid app, or my Gogokid, not an app, and I'm going to go over here to class history. This is where you go to write your feedback. And if you subscribe to Feedback Panda, you will see a little panda here. You have to click it twice, and it will open up Feedback Panda in a separate window. Now, you can see here I've taught this student 22 times. This is where you can add birthday and information about your student. Here is the cloud. This is where I will find my template. There are many teachers' templates to choose from, or you can create your own. Make sure you choose the one that is correct for your lesson, but usually they are all for the lesson that you just taught. You import, and you import again. Now you can edit there, but I never edit, I just import. So 3 times I click import. It's warning you that you haven't changed the name of the teacher or edited this. Now I just found out this is not one that I want, so I'm going to go choose another. Again, import and import and import. You don't have to choose male or female because it already knows that this is a female, and it automatically puts her name there. So this goes over our lesson. We practice the words watermelon and strawberry, talks about what the lesson did. I'm going to add some personal things. I also asked her if she liked to eat bananas. She does not like bananas. So this is where I add in personal things. You can also check this before class to see exactly what your target sentences and target vocabulary are. So it's great. All right, so I always check to make sure we actually did everything that this says. Right here, I'm going to type in her favorite fruit is watermelon. See if I can type today. Very good. And I always change the closing because I want my closing to be personal to myself and not someone else's closing. So here I'm writing, we can practice the sentence, my favorite, because I asked her what her favorite animal was, what her favorite color was. So I'm just adding in some things she can practice at home. The next thing I'll do is my closing. So I'm going to go down here and just erase. You see it says Teacher Lexi. Of course, I'm not Teacher Lexi, so I just delete that. And I added my own closing. And I keep some closings here in the smart sentence. Oh, here we go. I'm writing my own today, I guess. Gina did fantastic today. Teacher practiced saying pretty in Chinese. Oh, yes, I did. Pretty in Chinese is 美丽, 美丽. I always try to speak a little Chinese with my students. It's fun. Plus, it checks my pronunciation. I always feel happy teaching Gina. Sweet Gina. I love this girl, you guys. See you very soon. And I don't write love you to all my students, but she tells me she loves me, so I wrote that here. Then I go into my smart sentences and I have my Gogokid signature programmed in here. You can make your own smart sentences. I have many smart sentences. For example, I have if they didn't do their project, I have something to write. I have a little I enjoyed teaching your student for first time students. I have a feedback. Thank you for parent feedback. I had one for Happy New Year. This one is for the TH sound. A lot of students struggle with TH, so it says we practice the TH sound in words like this is the bath they think. She can continue to practice placing her tongue to her teeth for this sound. So, as an example of something that you can quickly add in because this happens often. So, here you click copy feedback when it's ready. Go back over to evaluation. Now, something to know with Gogokid is you cannot go in and edit your feedback. So, make sure you give it to the right student. Make sure it is all correct because once you submit, you cannot go back and edit. You will have to send a ticket to Gogokid. So be very careful with your feedback. And this student is excellent. I'm very honest in this area. If a student is struggling, I definitely do let the parent know, but the student is doing excellent. So there we go. Click submit and you are done. And then you can move on to your next student. So here I am checking it and see there's nowhere to edit it. So be careful. You have been warned. All right, and then over here I can add notes about her. I can add the reward system. I'm writing in what to practice favorite. So that will save there. And here we go. All the feedback that I've done to her, given to her in the past is all here. You can also track if your parents have rated you or given you any stars. And they haven't, so I need to ask for feedback, but I forgot. So that's it. You save your feedback, and there it is. It's all in Feedback Panda waiting for you. You guys, there are so many more things you can do with Feedback Panda. This is just a brief demonstration. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so now you've seen how I use Feedback Panda and how it helps me to be faster and to be more efficient. It is so important with Gogokid because I can keep track of my students. There is no teacher-to-teacher feedback and no tracker for the students to tell me whether or not I have taught them before. I still find this so useful with VIP Kid where I can see how many times I've taught the student and I can see the teacher-to-teacher feedback. But I have so many notes in Feedback Panda that are easy for me to access, and I can remember the student's birthday. So I'm not sure what else to say, but provide good feedback, and you should get good feedback back. Remember to include something personal that you did, maybe ask a question, and try to keep it positive, but also show them that you are paying attention to the special things that the student needs. All right, I hope that was helpful. All my information is below. Shoot me a comment or an email if you have any questions. And again, thank you so much for watching. Happy teaching. See you next time. Bye.